Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. I am painting, finally. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Irit. I'm a watercolor and mixed media artist when I'm not a stay-at-home mom or addicted new crocheter. Anyway, I've had my kids home for vacation and I just really didn't have time to kind of quietly sit down and paint. And I'm one of these people that sometimes I need to know that I won't be interrupted to be able to really enjoy my painting time. And that's probably why I've been doing more crocheting, because that, it's kind of more automatic and you're following a pattern. And I don't mind so much being interrupted. But I decided that I just, even though, my kids are home, like always, I really needed to get back to painting. So today, I just want to talk about what helps me get back into painting or just kind of enjoy my painting time without, stressing too much. So kind of choosing the path of less resistance and going with things I know, love, feel comfortable with, and follow my color cravings of the day. This was also something I was thinking about as I was crocheting. I have a couple of projects going on simultaneously. Just the experience of playing with color, or let's say crocheting in a certain color or painting in a certain color, I have kind of a visceral reaction to certain colors, and I was just thinking about it as I was crocheting, and it's just something you can pay attention to in other areas of your life, not necessarily in your painting, and it can kind of help you figure out which colors make you happy. So I am all about the super bright pink. I know you're so surprised. Did you fall off your chair from the surprise? I don't know. It's just these colors are speaking to me. I'm talking neon, bright pinks. They can be a bit cooler. They can be also kind of corally. That's what I'm loving. I am also kind of crocheting with these colors right now. It makes me happy, and I just think it's really amazing the kind of feelings that color can evoke. So I really encourage you to pay attention to what you're doing and kind of go with colors that really, really make you happy. My theory is, and so far in my own experiments, it has proven to be true time after time. If I take my time and really pay attention and choose colors that I'm just loving, and that for some people that might be an easy process. For me, it's not. One day lavender is going to give me all the feels, and then another day I'm just not in the lavender mood. I am quite consistent. I mean, I'm usually in the pink, violet, and then some pops of ultramarine blue and yellow, that sort of thing. I mean, you won't find me craving some burnt sienna or raw umber. Those days never come. Or have never come till now, but it still changes. And so if I stick with colors I love, most times I'm really happy with the result, and I also find the process enjoyable, which is kind of the point of this whole thing. So I'm just playing a little bit with color, and I am using my stamp set. I say thank you again to all of you that have ordered. I have placed an order with a manufacturer, and it is in the process. So hopefully, I don't want to say when it's going to start shipping, but I will absolutely keep you updated. I also had a few requests from people that missed the pre-order. I will have a handful. I'm literally talking about like 5 sets extras. I think I just rounded the number up. And I will let you know when those are available for sale. Again, this is like super limited quantities, and it'll be probably more towards the end of the month or beginning of March when things start shipping and I just know that everything is in place. So I will keep you updated, but please ring the bell, sign up to my newsletter, or, follow me on Instagram or wherever you are most likely to check. If you're interested in the stamp set, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a ton of videos showing what the stamp set can do. And I don't have currently plans for a restock because I want to finish shipping out this current stock, which has yet to be manufactured. But everything, I keep everyone updated, but you have to kind of check. And I do like to keep things moving fast because I'm an impatient person, and I like to announce something, then it happens, then it's done. So if you want to be in the loop, you kind of need to either follow me on YouTube or sign up for my newsletter. Everything important I talk about here and in my newsletter. Okay, so back to painting after not painting. I really just didn't have time to sit down and paint. So my first strategy was to just swatch some colors that I thought were making me happy. And then I kind of changed my mind and I used some of my color wheels, my previously painted color wheels, which you can see at the top of the screen, to create a color scheme that I was happy with. So step number 2, going to your happy place. These are all themes that I extensively explore in intuitive painting in watercolors. And I just adore seeing what the participants in the class do with these things, because I feel like I just kind of, I put all of my tools and secrets and strategies on the table, and then the participants of the class, they kind of take what they want and they kind of go with it. And it's always amazing to see what what people do with a certain information or prompt or a concept. So I'm just loving it. But I am exploring also kind of new challenges in that class, challenging myself to do different things. But one thing that I keep returning to is the kind of the happy place, that subject that you feel you could paint 200 times. And this might not necessarily be something you have discovered yet. It took me time to kind of figure out that I just adore painting these abstract loose florals. I can do really 1,000 of these and I won't get bored. I enjoy kind of tweaking my colors, playing with my techniques, and it's absolutely my happy place, my comfortable place. And a part of it is because I've done this so many times. So it's kind of like riding a bike. And I started with a piece of my favorite paper, currently the Hahnemühle Cornwall cold press paper. I'm actually using the back of it because the front you saw has like a different painting that I'm not very attached to. I'm using my favorite brush / magic wand. This is the Tracy Lebenzon large synthetic brush with the white bristles. I love this brush. It's just perfect for me. It's so versatile, it's so lovely, it's so light for a huge brush. I've talked about it in the past, and I just grabbed my, tried and tested favorites that not only give me good results, but also just make the whole experience very, very enjoyable. As for the colors, I am really loving Holbein Opera Pink. I think the color is just called Opera, but it's a pink, obviously. So it's my kind of, what should I call it? Like my ride or die pink has been for a pretty long time the Holbein Bright Rose. These are all fugitive colors, of course, because the universe doesn't want my pinks to last for eternity, it seems. Nothing lasts forever. Can you tell I haven't narrated a video in a really, really long time? And I haven't really spoken to adults, except my mom and sometimes my husband when we're not too tired to communicate and our kids let us talk. Okay, anyway, so back to the painting. Yeah, usually Bright Rose is kind of my ride or die pink, but Opera is just a little bit warmer. It's not so blue as Bright Rose, and I'm really loving it. I am crocheting with it. I am painting with it. I love that color. I have a small tube. I really need to order a big one just so I don't stress about using it, because when I like a pink, I use a lot of it. So I did actually explore a little bit of a new color scheme for me, and I incorporated a Rose of Ultramarine, not necessarily in its pure form. You can see that I'm kind of mixing it with what I have in my palette, but I was feeling a bit Rose of Ultramarine that day, so why not? I also scribbled at the beginning, I was just talking too much, with the Neocolor One wax pastels. These are water resistant, and you can see the beautiful resist that I get using them. I love them. I love the effect. I really, really like the resist, and that's why I use them more than pencils. I wish they had a better or a wider color selection, but yeah, I'm using what I have. I need to explore my stash. Maybe I have some other wax or oil pastels that can, I don't know, work the same. I really like the wax pastels because they're not as soft and oily like oil pastels. It just works better with watercolors, and it doesn't, you know, gum up my brush or anything. So I just, the colors are not completely perfect, I have to say. I mean, some are okay. Anyway, and yeah, now I'm just applying the first layer. So again, just going to that happy place of a subject. I've painted dozens, if not, you know, I wouldn't say hundreds, but for sure more than 100 times. And just really having a good time paying attention to the colors. If I'm not really loving a color, then that's where I mostly end up with disappointment, because I feel like I can, you know, work on, if I have a kind of a good composition, then I can work on contrast and detail and as I develop a painting. But if I'm not feeling the feels about my colors, that is kind of hard to fix for me. So that's like the one thing that is really worth it for me to take my time and kind of pay attention to. There is no right or wrong here. Again, I say this all the time. It's only about what you love and you enjoy. And yeah, I will list below all of the products that I remember using. I'm sure I'll miss a few, but I'll try and remember everything. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all doing well. I'm sorry that it's been quiet. I just can't. Yeah, I can't do everything, and painting and YouTube has seemed to kind of taken the hit. But hopefully one kid is going to kindergarten soon. The other kid goes some of the time to school. So hopefully I'll have time to make videos again on a more regular basis. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're painting, and I'll see you soon in another video. Have a great day. Bye.